In this video we will take a look at the Bezier Curve Dynamic node, and it got quite a lot of nice updates since the last release. And this node is especially great for creating different types of shapes. It will allow you to use a Bezier curve to adjust them. As you can see in the graph object editor, we have a nice curve editor here, which is a widget where you can set up your curve. We can also click on this icon here to expand it. At default you will see an S-shaped curve made from 2 points. And when I click on the first point here, you can see we have handles that we can adjust to our liking. I can also double click anywhere on the curve to insert a new point. We can also change the handle type in this menu here. So currently we are in smooth mode. We can also convert this to cusp, which will allow us to adjust the curves separately. This is really great for sharp angles, for example. We can also disable the right control or the left control, and also both controls. So we'll have linear mode basically. And what's really great, we can add multiple curves in one and the same Bezier Curve Dynamic node. So let me deselect it by clicking anywhere in the widget here. Then I go to this icon, which will change my widget to draw mode. And when I now click into the widget, I can place separate points. Currently those are all in linear mode. So let's go back to arrow mode and click on one of the points. Let's set it to smooth. And we have both of our handles back here. And the node offers quite a lot of possibilities. For example, we could add a background image by clicking on this icon here. I'll use the mat logo. And let's just reuse our existing curves to draw it in the widget. But at first, let's make a few adjustments here to make working a bit easier. So let's go to this icon and decrease the background opacity to, let's say, 25%. And immediately we can see our curves way better, but we can enhance it a bit more. So let's go over to this icon here to change the points color. Let's make them red. Same with the lines color. I make them blue here. And now let's use our existing curve to draw the mat icon here. So I place this point at this edge. I use this to place it here, and I need them in linear mode. So I click on this point here and change it to linear. Now we have a really nice straight line. After that, we double click on our curve, place a point, move it to this left-hand corner here. And we also want to have it linear. Let's put this on this edge here. Let's set it to linear as well. And now we just go to the draw mode and we place one point at each corner. Now let's close our curve by clicking on the first point. And as you can see, it's not perfect yet, so I go back to the arrow mode and adjust my points a bit. That looks good. So let's continue with the center part. I'll just reuse this curve. And again, I need all of them in linear mode. Those are in linear already. And then the same procedure as before. I go to my draw mode and just place my points on all of the corners here. And again, you don't need to pay too much attention, as you can always adjust the curves later on, or the points. That looks good. So let's create another curve. And just draw the lines on the remaining part. That's finished, so let's adjust them a bit. That looks good, so now we can close the widget here. And there it is, our perfect mat logo. And to fully fill it white, I can just disable the stroke bool here. and decrease the softness. And when I look in my image viewer now, I have a perfect InstaMAT logo. But with the Bezier Curve Dynamic node, we can not only create nice shapes, but we can also use the curves to scatter images on it, for example. So let me use the Curves Mapper node. And now we'll use the points data and curves data output and input it into the Curves Mapper node. As you can already see, we have scattered InstaMAT icons along our curves. We can also set this to grayscale and input a custom icon. I just use the InstaMAT icon here. And we can also do quite a lot of cool things like adjust the width of our shape or adjust the spline range. Doing this will basically cut the range of our splines and just scatter our input shape on parts of our curves. We could also use a curves flip node, for example, and input our points and curves data into it, and then use this for the curves mapper. And now I could change the direction by going to flip direction and using the bool. Let's adjust our range. So when I flip it now, it uses the opposite side of the curves. But I think this is something for a follow-up video, so let's take a look what we actually can do with this curve nodes. I already opened up a material that quite heavily uses those nodes. It's the coin material. As you can see, it has all of the euro coins with nice shapes, and all of those shapes are procedurally generated with the Bezier curve nodes. So when I check my graph, it's quite a big graph, so let's see where we have our shapes. I'll open up this node here. Then let's take a look. It should be in here. And somewhere we have the Europe map. Let's see where it is. So it's this one. I need to open that up. And there it is, completely created with the Bezier curve node. Let's get rid of the background image. So as you can see, this is quite a complicated curve, but the result is really awesome. So we can really do quite a lot of really enhanced shapes. And I have another example of a work in progress material. It's this one. And here as well, all of those shapes or images are created using the Bezier curve nodes. So let's see. This would be the fighting scene. So let's open up the node. And we started with this one. And also used quite a lot of blends to make it a bit easier to work. And in the end, we end up with this shape. And we also have just the outlines here. So in case you need some complicated shapes for your materials or for your alpha maps for texturing, I'd highly recommend to check this node out. Let's again look at the result. And that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.
If you enjoyed this video, drop us a comment below and don't forget to subscribe. For the latest news about InstaMAT, please visit our website, follow us on X, join us on Discord, or sign up for the Abstract community. You can find all the links in the video description below. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.